5 different nachos.
Hello, you're watching or listening to the Nerd Edification Hour. What's up? I'm Caleb.
And I'm Rachel.
And I'm Jeremy.
And of course, in today's show, we will always have your movie and entertainment / comic book news. Then your Nintendo news.
Inevitably.
Inevitably, every week there is something with
I'm taking that back.
No, you're not.
Taking it back.
No take-backsies.
That's all right. I couldn't even get the right episode number on mine. So.
Then we'll have your nerd vocab along with your video game news, which is quite substantial.
It is.
And then we'll have your technology news, which I think is going to be interesting this week.
Yeah, there's a lot of weird stuff going on in the world. Technologically,
especially
and stuff.
technology-wise.
Yeah.
And no battery fires this week.
No battery fires, but you know.
We don't talk about that.
So
Good job, Tom.
But we just did.
Jeremy.
Yeah.
Tell us about Dr. Pepper.
Well, Dr. Pepper has launched new promotions that includes 5 prequel comic books via the Blipar app with purchase of specially marked products. All 5 have been uploaded online and can be viewed below, which include Batman, Superman, Lex Luthor, Lois Lane, and Senator Finch. Batman vs. Superman Dawn of Justice has a March 25th, 2016 release date starring Ben Affleck as Batman, Henry Cavill as Superman, Gal Gadot as Wonder Woman, Amy Adams as Lois Lane, Lawrence Fishburne as Perry White, Diane Lane as Martha Kent, Jeremy Irons as Alfred, Jesse Eisenberg as Lex Luthor, Ray Fisher as Cyborg with Callan Mulvey, Holly Hunter as Senator Finch, and Tao Okamoto as Mercy Graves. Man, there's a lot of people in that
Yeah, I'm
movie.
glad I
There
didn't
is.
read that.
I don't even know if I'm going to go see that movie, honestly, because half of those people, A, I don't know, and B, I'm just like, eh.
I actually know almost all of them.
Yeah, well.
But it's Justice League is to follow, directed by Zack Snyder as well from this. So
I'm excited for Justice League. I'm excited for Justice League, definitely, but I can't say as much for Batman.
But see, as a big comic book collector, this kind of I don't really like this though. 'Cause it's like, oh, we're gonna do prequel comics. I was like, oh, cool. Oh,
Only
it's on an
on
app.
this app!
And I was like, cool. I'll never actually get these.
Yeah, well, apparently all 5 have been uploaded online somewhere.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
I like
well,
having the actual.
well,
I just for comic books, I like having the physical books.
I mean, I do too, but Caleb, where did we get this news from?
That
The internet?
was, yeah, the internet.
I'm trying to tell our listeners and Jeremy where he can view this online wherever they were uploaded at.
The Blipar app.
You know,
No,
I know. I'll
Look,
look
the-
online and find it. Sorry.
look, yesterday was a long day. I was up late last night trying to get this thing together.
I'm running on 1 hour of sleep, so if I get a little
Exactly.
crazy,
good for you. That's talent.
that's normal for me, actually.
Just Google it, basically.
Yeah, told him to Google it.
Just Google it. I don't remember. I'm sorry.
So we're acting a little mad. What else is?
The Mad Max director, George Miller, actually has a Lost Justice League film. Like,
What?
yeah, he was, I guess, once slated to going to be directing a Justice League film. So there was plans for this as far back as 2007. Except it wasn't Zack Snyder. It was this guy, George Miller. And basically, after the massive success of Mad Max Fury Road, director George Miller recently had an in-depth interview with a Hollywood Reporter about his career in which he kind of reminisced about the Justice League movie, which he was set to direct several years ago. Now, this wasn't... I don't know what ever became of it, whether it just was like, hey, we're going to do it, and you're going to direct. But...
They've tried and failed a few times. Like, you know, they have the animated series, which they did. They did the movies for that.
They had like 4 animated series.
Well, yeah, but those were actual long running and
Yes,
everything.
they
And they had
were.
some movies. They actually did a live action Justice League TV show. It had 1 pilot. You can watch it online, and it is terrible. Terrible. No Superman, no Batman. It had the weirdest looking Green Lantern. The Atom looked like a guy.
Okay, so
Opposite.
Wow.
DC had not yet had. They did not yet have their prowess in TV shows, apparently. They were just...
Way back when, in the days before
Back in
Marvel.
the day!
Back in my day, superhero movies were quite terrible.
This was about as bad for some of it as we're talking like, you know, Marvel's original Daredevil movie type thing. I mean, it's when they just couldn't get their
quite
stuff
terrible.
together.
We don't talk about that Daredevil.
But we just
Yeah.
did.
We also don't talk about the Elektra movie.
I'm done. I took it so far, you went over the line.
I did.
Wow.
So
right, my
now
turn.
beginning on the Nintendo stuff, Caleb!
Hey, all right. So Emily Rogers, who is like some kind of reporter or something like
I
that,
don't think you're getting
revealed
This is a good
that
one.
Paper Mario. She revealed about Paper Mario Wii U, which we never got around to for some reason.
Yeah, she
But
was.
apparently that was a thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which, but now there's a new rumor saying the possibility that Mother 3 will be released in North America to celebrate the game's 10th anniversary.
Given that they've already released the other Mother stuff on the eShop,
That's kind of leaning towards it.
That kind of says to me that that's possible.
Right around E3, like I said on here, it's coming up on the 10th anniversary of its original release. It was a Game Boy Advance title, which they're doing Game Boy Advance on the Wii U
Virtual Console, yep.
for a lot of that stuff. So I could see it. I mean, that'd be great.
They put both of the Golden Sun games on there, which nobody thought they were ever going to port to anything.
Yeah, but see, those came out in America. This has never been in America.
Yeah, but still.
It'd be quite interesting to see, I think.
And there's been a couple games they've released, either I remember the version of Excitebike that never made it here. Of course, the first Mother, they did, Earthbound
Now,
Origins, so they called it. That was
the-
never originally here.
Was the Excitebike that was released through the Ambassador program with the 3DS, was that the original release that occurred here, or was it
Yeah,
the
that was the
special
original.
one? Okay, I wasn't sure.
The special one they released you can get on the Wii U allows more multiplayer and more editing functions and things. It was originally made for the disc system.
Interesting.
So it could do a lot more on
Yeah,
the editing
yeah.
side. So
Okay, so this is a cool bit here. Jeremy, you
you
know a
probably
lot
know.
more about the
Yeah.
Club Nintendo deal.
prepare to
whatnot.
listen to me read.
Oh boy.
During its meeting with investors, Nintendo outlined details of its upcoming Club Nintendo replacement. According to translations by Cheesemeister 3K, what a name, the program's first goal is to reach 100 million users. Nintendo hopes to reach that goal by rolling the My Nintendo program out in 39 countries. Nintendo said points are accumulated through smart devices or game consoles. From there, the points, which come in both platinum and gold varieties, can be used for a variety of rewards like discount coupons or in exchange for original goods.
Merchandise.
A lot of this was covered
Yay.
when we talked about it when they first,
was.
showed it off last year. During its meeting with investors that day,
I think it was a few days ago. It was a few days ago,
earlier
yeah.
this week.
it's like you repeated the same thing. Nice.
Yeah.
Anyways, more about this because okay, then you guys have the date. Pre-registration for it's going to start on the 17th of
This month.
February for certain parts, and it's supposed to come out next month in March.
And this is going to be in the States, right?
It's United States, Europe, Japan. Well, Japan's already got it.
Of course.
Australia, and I think a few other places are getting it. Most of the world is getting it all at once, which is nice.
Well, that's wonderful, though. And they also talked about the collaborative thing, Mitomo.
Yeah, that's actually going to be released at the same time. That's kind of the main hub of it, where you'll answer little weird questions for it, and it's almost like a Street Pass function where it'll meet other people and answer
I think
these and say
that's kind of
stuff.
cool.
I'm curious what else they're going to do with it, because
Yeah.
it's kind of like what was the game that was on 3DS last year? The really weird one. I just blanked on the name.
Tamagotchi Life?
It's Tomodachi Life.
Thank you.
Yeah.
You're welcome.
It's
Yeah.
kind of based off that. It's kind of where it's from. Is Tamagotchi Life, and that was
Well, that's kind
such
of
a
it's
hilarious
The
game.
predecessor. Yeah. We had some,
Oh,
our
yeah.
group had some fun with that.
So little gameplay, so many things went wrong.
Apparently. But
Kyla put all of us in his town and some.
there's some interesting
Interesting
stuff,
things happen.
interesting outcomes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like I said, pre-registration starts February 17th. It's coming to 16 countries with 8 different languages.
That's amazing.
Of course, there was no talk or anything about the NX because they've announced that in the earlier part of the year they're going to finally reveal and talk about that, so we could get it hopefully by March.
Yeah, the only mention they made of it during the meeting was that they mentioned they were not going to talk about it.
Right, which makes sense. They're saving it for a particular point. And there's been, it's not listed on here, but there's been more games that have been announced for the NX, more stuff that's coming out for it. So
I'm interested to see. I mean, I'm still going to keep my Wii U, duh. But like,
my biggest one, I'm still curious, like the, what was it, the Dragon Warrior one, the way they're doing that's coming out for 3DS and for PS4. If this really is going to be both a handheld and a console, they could technically take both versions of that, put it together. Same thing we talked about, last week with the Smash Brothers, or was it the week before? I don't know. We talked about it at some point. The Smash Brothers one, if they do a port at the launch of the NX, then it could be both the 3DS and the Wii U ones, kind of like a everything
one
together
thing,
version
yeah.
that you can just take and wander off
go,
with.
yeah. And at this same meeting, they did talk about sales from the past year.
That's a lot of numbers. What are those numbers?
Yeah.
Yes,
Well,
the
it's
Wii
2
U
numbers.
sales passed 12 million.
which is actually good.
Yeah,
It's really good.
Yeah.
And the amiibos have hit 20.5 million. Honestly, by this point, I'm surprised it's not in the billions.
You're welcome, Nintendo.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It's all Jeremy. That's all Jeremy.
I had to the giant shelf that's in my living room. There's a couple of them over the couch.
Does it span a whole wall?
Most of one. I
Okay,
had to
there we go.
eventually fill. It's all amiibos on the bottom shelf. I took down all the Disney Infinity, all the Lego Dimensions. I was like, there's just no room. Bring them down. Just
Goodbye.
spread it out.
Goodbye.
No more room for you.
So,
It's terrible.
we're moving right along in this show.
Yeah, we're kind of. This one might be a little bit short. We kind of have to. We got things to do.
We do have some stuff on the
But the
docket,
video game
but
news is about to hit like a truck.
It's gonna
I
hit
can
like a
ramble.
truck.
I'm good like it. So,
So, Caleb, what's our nerd vocab?
oh,
Jeremy's thing.
You haven't done it in a while, though. Do you want to do it since we're
I
now
haven't done it in like
supporting-
2 years.
but I like this
You
one.
like this one? Oh, are you going to
But,
be?
yeah, I haven't done it in 2 years.
Okay,
No.
we'll wait till the next show then, since we're
You're gonna
sporting.
force me next
Since
show.
we're sporting this new
Well,
format.
I
We now have
basically-
picture in picture.
Well, I have to pretty much channel some Invader Zim on this one.
Oh, okay. Go ahead. Go ahead. We're watching.
So the nerd vocab. Doom! Death, destruction, or some terrible fate, condemned to certain destruction or death.
And the reason why we have this nerd vocab is Caleb.
All right. So Doom is coming this
I had
May.
to.
Bethesda revealed Doom's release date is May 13th. It'll be available on Xbox One, PS4, and PC simultaneously, assuming the PC port is not broken.
Which, let's be honest,
More than
sometimes
likely
that
will
happen.
probably
It
is
will be broken.
And you know who's going to fix it? The fans, not the developers.
Which is actually
Exactly.
one bit of news we could slip in right between that about that, too.
Exactly,
So, go ahead.
exactly. So go ahead and talk about this collector's edition.
All right, so Bethesda also announced the release of a premium collector's edition. Ooh,
fancy.
Premium.
I'm going to try and get it.
Try.
As
I
well
like the
as
statue.
as well as bonuses for players who pre-ordered the game, of course. You
course.
You want to have that overpowered rifle or whatever. Start of the game, so you can.
It's not
breeze right
weapons,
through it.
it's just
Well,
particular costumes, stuff like that.
Okay, that's actually better.
This isn't an EA game, that's what I'm thinking.
So the collector's edition includes a 12-inch tall statue of the Revenant Demon model from the actual in-game 3D files. Because where else would it be from?
Well, usually they would have someone actually sculpt it. This time they were like, we're just going to spend a lot of money on a 3D printed model. Like, all right, print it. Money.
Money.
So it literally
It's
prints
like
money.
printing money.
Money.
The statue is mounted on a LED lit base with internal slow spinning turbine from the UAC facility on Mars.
That is actually kind of cool. If you think about it, if you're in a dark room and you have this on a shelf,
And all of a sudden it just goes.
well, no. The thing is, if you turn it on and it's a dark room, you're going to have this statue lit very softly from below with this slow spinning fan. So you're going to see the shadow and the light move on it as it's standing over it.
Well,
I want it.
I'm going to have nightmares. Good night.
So the collector's edition also includes a copy of the game, of course. Like, what would you like? That's kind of obvious, right?
Actually, no. There was a Wolfenstein Collector's Edition. Oh, super expensive. All this stuff didn't come with the game.
Wow.
Yeah.
Hashtag not surprised.
So
Comes in
it
a
happens.
battle-worthy metal case, so in case somebody tries to break in, you can beat them over the head with it. I guess.
There's a lot of statues you can do that with. That's just kind of a common thing.
So, hey, since we're technically not getting a main. Oh, you want to
I was
go ahead?
gonna-
Go
You talk
ahead.
about the broken piece
Yeah.
of port already?
Yes. Speaking of broken ones, Batman.
Still broken?
Well,
Yeah.
it's not just broken. It's so broken now on PC, they've officially canceled the Mac and Linux versions. Just they're like, all right, we're done. We're not even going to bother doing it. They're done trying to fix it.
They don't want to waste the manpower and they don't want to waste the money, I suppose.
As I've said before, nothing can defeat Batman except for PC ports.
Apparently. And
Okay.
actually,
It's his greatest enemy, apparently.
yesterday,
It's what replaces the
I was
Joker.
talking to Irvin yesterday,
Right.
actually.
Right?
So,
No, go ahead. I'm listening.
I'm trying.
Caleb's confused.
I'm trying to. So, it was Naruto Ultimate Ninja Storm 4 or whatever. It just came out, and Irvin's all about that. So, I was like, I was going to check up on it for him. Like, hey, Irvin, guess what? The PC port's kind of performance issues. It's
Did
like,
he give you this look?
yeah, he just like, oh, thanks, man. I was just about to get it too. It's like, yeah. But like, what it is, they locked it at like 30 frames.
There's an easy way to get around
I
those.
mean, no, there
you
is
go
an
into the
easy
code
way.
and change it. They
Yeah.
did that for a couple of my, I think like Need for Speed did that where they locked it at 30 frames.
Unless they like hard coded it, the physics in the game to go with the frames per second, which is really dumb. like a lot of people have been doing that recently, and it's like if you turn up to
I
60,
guess it saves time.
and you say you're playing a car game on a PC, and you unlock it because it's like locked at 30, and you unlock it to 60, and they connected the frames per second with the physics. Boom! Your car goes like flying off into space.
And that might be
hilarious.
that might be the reason if they are having to do that with the calculations
But
as
that
well as
you shouldn't do that. It's lazy though.
I don't.
You shouldn't do that.
Hashtag lazy development.
Hashtag.
Okay. But
Moving
here's-
on to the actual news.
Yeah, okay, so as you know, Ubisoft is not actually releasing a core Assassin's Creed game this year.
Wait, they
What?
didn't release one in the last 5
The
minutes?
apocalypse
Yeah.
is coming?
Yeah, the apocalypse has hit, guys. Ubisoft is not releasing
Again?
a core Assassin's Creed game this year on consoles.
Don't worry, there's
And they've said
literally
so.
like 20 other ones you can play.
Exactly, including this one on iOS. If you're really bored, you can maybe in the next while, month
once
or
they
two,
release it.
maybe 5 minutes. I don't know.
They just revealed it. that's
Ubisoft
all,
has
so.
officially revealed the game Assassin's Creed Identity as an action RPG, and it's coming to iOS. I have no idea what this means, but okay.
How are you gonna
Teaches
have an
kids about
action
identity
RPG?
theft while traveling through time in ancient Persia.
Oh, we killed Caleb. Okay, so in more RPG news, Jeremy, you're more familiar. Are you familiar with Terraria, or is that your thing?
Me and him both are, but
Okay.
he's
He's
less.
ashamed of me with it, but I prefer the 3DS version.
Of course.
For shame.
Those controls.
For shame.
I'm
For shame.
I'm not ashamed of you, Jeremy.
Oh, I am. I don't care.
Okay.
All right, so 505 Games announces Sandbox 3D RPG Portal Knights. Publisher behind Terraria has announced its newest IP, Portal Knights, comes to Steam Early Access beginning February 25th. Developed by Frankfurt, Germany's Keen Games, the 3D sandbox RPG features randomly generated worlds, crafting, 3-player classes, and a lightweight leveling system. 505 Games says allows unique role-playing, letting players vary their goals and playstyle. Portal Knights also offers 4-player cooperative play, so players can team up with their friends to build structures, explore dungeons, and overcome the toughest perils.
Oh, wow.
Perils include the Portal Guardians, Big Boss's 505 Games describes as the most formidable beasts in the realm.
Now,
That's something we could all play.
this is weird.
Can it
It's-
defeat the PC port, though?
Yeah, it said the publisher's of Terraria, but I might be
Not the
mixing-
developer, though. It's the publisher.
It's the
Okay,
publisher.
all right, the publisher, because the developer's Chucklefish. Isn't it?
Yes, it is.
That's
but,
right. Okay.
Yeah, I love that name.
But 505, I guess a lot of game developers
is,
will use the same
I
publisher.
love Chucklefish. Like they've made.
They have a weird name, is what they got.
Well, they
Sounds
made
like
they made
cuttlefish.
Terraria. They're making Starbound. It's kind of still early access. And
Terraria 2. That's been shown already.
Oh,
Yeah, they've actually shown it. I've seen.
and then Risk of Rain,
You can go
which
with
I love. Risk of Rain. I love Risk of Rain.
That's cool.
I should do a challenge.
That might be interesting.
It's
I'm
really
guessing
hard.
this one's going to you, Caleb.
Yes,
She
it's
won't
all
let any-
Caleb.
Actually, I'm going to take the
Yes,
next one.
no. You don't know how to.
No, you were
guys
not.
don't know anything
Bring
about
it.
this. 'Cause y'all are scrubs. But anyway, sorry. What? I'm just kidding. So
Throw in that hate.
So Hearthstone finally is getting more deck slots. Finally, it's about time. It went going up from 9 to 18. But
Doubling it.
to compensate for its new format, it's getting new format. Because this whole time, Hearthstone's just been like, go on ladder, use any cards you want.
So they're basically, here's the old format, and then throw it in the trash.
No, I'll get to that in a minute.
No, okay.
Hold on. So Blizzard also clarified that it wants to go back and basically redo like the basic cards, because see, with each class you get your basic cards by leveling up and stuff. So basically class spells or things like that you just get by playing the game. So you can't get it from a pack. Some of them you can. But.
Gotcha.
Right. Gotcha.
So they're going to go back and say for the mage has Frostbolt. They're going to go back and they're going to rebalance that, probably make it, somehow, I don't know what they're going to do. Maybe increase the damage, decrease damage, increase the mana cost, decrease mana cost, and mana cost is what you use to play
I just hear all
cards.
this and I keep thinking, magic missile.
There are arcane missiles, though.
All this stuff goes right over my head
I
because
know.
I'm just like,
Is there like Hearthstone
it's-
LARPing?
No.
It's a card
Will
game.
it be an actual deck? I mean,
It's a card game, but it's also a fighting
No,
game.
no,
It's a
no.
card game,
It's just a
straight
card
up
game.
a card
It's
game.
just a card game.
except there's no actual cards.
Have you not seen me play everyone's channel?
I've seen it, a little bit of it, but I didn't understand it at all. So that's just me.
Play cards, hit face, or hit other.
I got a friend of mine that he played it a lot. He really enjoyed it. I gave it a try a few times, and it seemed like a lot of fun. I just didn't want to sink too much time into it. But I could see how it's actually enjoyable to play.
Yeah, it seems like it has a lot of replay value, so that's kind of good.
I make gimmick decks. That's how much replay value there is.
Yeah.
All right. So, all right. So this is to ensure what Blizzard calls a truly dynamic environment. They're going to go back and basically, you know how Magic the Gathering, every time a new set comes out, another set is kind of like
on the way,
or like Pokemon.
Yeah.
You know, there's like the official standard for Pokemon. You get the newest, latest packs.
Right.
That's what you can use in tournaments and stuff.
Right.
And then you have what they call unlimited,
Like the legacy decks.
The legacy
is which
decks,
you
yeah.
just make completely broken stuff. Just everything is completely broken. That's basically what Hearthstone's doing. They're gonna
It's
have
like creative mode in Minecraft.
They're gonna have
Just
two.
do it all.
All right, yeah, they're gonna have they're gonna have two ladders. They're gonna have the standard ladder, which the new standard when it comes out is gonna be everything that's new except for the Curse of Naxxramas and Goblins versus Gnomes, which were the first two expansions.
Okay.
Right, or like the one was adventure, one was the expansion. I'm just trying to explain this to you. You just pretend like you know what I'm talking about.
See, it's going right over our heads, but we're listening to
I'm
you.
just trying to educate you. All right. So I'm trying to educate you. It's edification. So so now when the new standard releases, standard ladder, wild ladder, anything goes. You can do any card.
Crazy Town.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that's basically how it's going to is. And to compensate for this new format, they're also going to add more deck slots. So you can like have half wild, half standard or something like that.
I'd read part of an article about this. I think it was over on Kotaku. They were talking about how it's great for the tournament scene, but it's going to make it really difficult for people to kind of get into it fresh.
No.
Because
not if
I
you
guess the
use
way
standard.
they changed the format.
Well,
so
I
that's what
guess.
I'm wondering.
Well, I guess that would be.
They brought up a couple
personal
topics. I
opinion.
mean, you're going to know
It's-
better than I am. I'm just
Well,
mentioning
see,
the article.
With the standard, it should actually narrow down the cards because there is one card that's in almost every deck. And his name is Dr. Boom. And we also call him Dr. Balanced or Dr. Broken in my, you know, if you want to say, or what he is, you summon him for 7 mana and he summons 2 1/1s, which 1 health, 1 attack, boom bots, which
I mean, he
when
should
they
be
blow up
overpowered.
quick.
It takes a long time to get that doctorate.
wow.
He's
Does
earned
he
that
teach you at
damage.
university? I need to know.
No. But it's Dr. Doom.
Now, if you
Doom.
play him in his thesis card, does he get like a bonus?
Oh my gosh! Wow.
But basically, he's going to be gone because he was in Goblins versus Gnomes. So that's going to change the game up a bit. But so what it is
I
like
imagine they'll have something that's near
people can come in
replacement.
and it kind of narrows like they don't have to have all these cards to make all these web.
So he's
decks.
leaving the
There's
normal
gonna-
one, like a doctor going doctor without borders. He's just going doctor without rules to that one. All right, I'm done.
Good night.
I should sleep less.
So technically, it should actually help new players come in. That way, they have like a narrower field of cards if they want to get in the standard and do it that way, or if
Gotcha.
they just want to go in the wild and do whatever. So.
Okay. It's one of those you pretty much just have to just dive into it to really get it and just play it for a while until
But I think, as far as I
you
know,
either crack
arena,
or figure it out.
the arena will be unchanged, and arena you just get any random card. So.
Okay.
Cool.
Nice.
So yeah, there's that big Hearthstone news. I'm excited. 18 deck slots. More gimmicks. Yay.
More videos from Caleb
More
then.
videos.
Okay. All right. So
Hopefully, once I get past the semester.
on
Yeah,
Saturday,
Rachel.
last Saturday, on the 30th or 31st of January, whatever day it was, I don't know. I was too busy watching it going to even know what day it was. Did
It was just
the-
another day for me. Nothing good happened.
This is pretty big for me, given that it's the active time report for the new Final Fantasy game that they've been working on, and I've been waiting for 8 years. So any news is good news for me. But
A game called Final Fantasy that has yet to actually release a final build.
yeah, so there you go. So the director, Hajime Tabata, took the center stage to host and present the latest active time report. It detailed new information on their project. So it was a pre-recorded broadcast. It was not live. And they covered new content, including magic, new gameplay. They gave some kind of limited details on the key protagonist and antagonist. And they gave like a few details on what fans can expect from their big, huge event in March, which is on the 30th of March. And that's when they're actually going to release the release date. So basically, this is their possibly last progress report on the game before the event at the end of March. And it's kind of cool because they showed a whole lot of stuff. We haven't really seen much of magic outside of the summons that were included in the demo that the people who pre-ordered Type 0 got. And basically, they
I mean, the people that bought the demo and got
pretty
Type 0
much
with it.
Pretty much, we bought the demo and we happened to get Type 0 with it. So magic is more than just a simple attack in 15. It can be used to affect environment. So if you use a fire spell, all the grass around you will catch on fire and potentially damage you. And it will actually show up on the map and it will damage the environment. It's awesome. And
Can you summon Smokey the Bear and stop it?
maybe.
That's a buff to stop.
Smokey
Go
the
ahead.
Bear.
So there are two different disciplines of magic in 15, elemental magic and ring magic. Ring magic only becomes usable after a certain point in the story. You know, typical RPG thing, you don't get this power until later on in the game after you've done this dungeon.
Until
Blah, 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 blah,
until you
blah.
find the one ring, right? And you go
The one ring.
You go invisible.
It probably sounds like they've had familiar mechanics to this before.
Yes,
where,
they
you know,
have.
They have the materia and stuff. It's
Right.
Whatever the MacGuffin is for magic this time. It's
Yeah, I don't think they're using materia though.
well, I'm not saying materia in general, but they've always had something that kind of
Crystals.
So
yeah, crystals or
crystals.
something.
And they did.
That's how they balance it. And they
Yes,
let you.
yes. They,
customize
I
it.
think they did. They at one point were going to use the crystals in this
I
game,
knew it.
but I don't know if it's retained any of it at all, other than the crystals and the scenery. I'm not
Yeah.
sure whether it's going to be part of the lore or not.
Yeah, I'm just talking thematically. They always
but-
have something that you can use to
Exactly.
customize what rings or
Yes.
what materia, things like that.
And but this type of magic, ring magic, can only be used by the bearer of the royal ring of Lucius or Lucas, or whatever the way they pronounce it. They've changed it all the time. Everyone says it differently depending on which person is interviewing the person. I don't know. Every single person that I've heard pronounce it's the royal ring of Noctis's empire.
Oh, the Nephilim Empire?
No, Nephilim Empire is the other one.
Oh, okay. I
Yeah.
just wanted to say
so,
Nephilim.
yeah, so, and it's passed down the royal line. So once he acquires that ring, then you can actually use that thing. So the elemental magic from the game consists of fire, blizzard, and thunder.
So if one of your other people needs it,
and-
they just mug him and take his ring.
I
Yeah,
guess it did.
So
Well,
he's like, I finally have the ring magic. Ring of
but
heart.
what's really cool about it though is
Dang it,
that
Mati.
the weather also impacts how the magic is. So say for example, other than grassy fields being flammable when you use fire, imagine it's raining and you use thunder. It'll deal more damage.
Is that
so,
what's wrong with the weather lately with the snow, random floods?
I
and
guess
stuff like
so. Let's blame it on Final Fantasy.
Good job,
And
guys. Too real.
Let's see what happens if I use this
If
fire.
there is water,
Fire ring
if there's
instead.
water in the attack range when you use Blizzard, the water will freeze. I think it's pretty cool because they haven't had this much environmental impact in a Final Fantasy game in a long time.
I'm just curious to see the final one to see how they pull it off. They've promised a lot of stuff before. I mean, but it's looking like it's building up to it. If they pull it off, that's actually very
Yeah,
impressive.
Yes, it
I
is.
actually did see the video. I'm like, that actually looks
just
kind of
means-
fun. That actually, I look.
I give you a lot of
looks
crap
like-
for it, but I mean,
yeah.
I am
You do.
interested to see what it is.
Yeah.
But that's back.
Yeah, well,
I was like, Final Fantasy.
Y'all just come over to my house and play it first before you buy it. That's just what's going to happen. So,
Hear that?
yeah.
House party.
House party at my house.
House
That's
party.
what
we
it's
have
gonna
one at my
happen.
house every week. You'll
Yeah.
never come.
I'm
Because you put it on a Sunday when I'm always working.
Saturdays. It's every
Saturdays
Saturday.
now?
yeah.
It's been Saturday
Still
for
working.
months.
Yeah. So, and
Still
also,
working.
in addition, the combat has gone a complete total makeover. If you watch the video, you notice that the heads-up display, the HUD, is now completely simplistic. You don't have to switch weapons with that weird R trigger weird combo thing. Literally, you press up on the D-pad, you change your weapon. Boom, easy peasy lemon squeezy. And I love that. I'm all about the simplistic HUD
But
because
they have all this environmental stuff, but can you actually squeeze the lemons off a tree? Because Legend of Zelda,
that's- that- all
Legend of
that
Zelda lets
does-
you pick apples off of trees.
Well, that's how you get blind. You just run up to it and go, you can't see me now.
You use
So-
lemon? Yes.
It also makes your water better.
basically, if you want to see more of the gameplay on this, you can go on. Actually, it's Nova Crystallis Just look it
I
up.
knew it. Crystals.
Yeah,
See?
Nova Crystallis.
Conspiracy.
And go on there and look at the gameplay. They have a complete article on it, and it's wonderful. There's another thing. They're actually going to add kind of a sneaking thing. You can infiltrate bases. So there's all these different bases all around the entire map in Final Fantasy 15. So optionally, it's you can do this. It's different from the main story. I think there's only one that's part of the main story. You have to infiltrate, and you can either go, just full speed ahead and just have everyone see you, or you can sneak around and
Sounds like Metal Gear.
yeah, they Metal Geared it.
Yeah, and
it's
actually
not
there are giant robots in there.
Yeah, so
Pretty much.
So one of the cool things is the camera has been improved and greatly refined. This is really important because it's not. It does have some manual control, but it's mostly automated now. It has an auto camera. No, this is actually kind of good because the camera was super finicky in the episode to Sky demo. Like, it was wonk.
So for large environments like this, I always like having a camera where I can stop and look around to kind of see the environment.
You can, but it's most of it is
Xenoblade.
going to be automated.
I will stop and be like, that way.
It says it's being automated as much as possible. So when you're in like a certain area, it's going to have the best camera option for you when you're in an enclosed space. But there's still going to be manual capability.
Okay.
It says so players won't need to control it manually. They can, but they won't need to. So that's the hope. And if you guys ever saw the video from the early videos of this game when it was still Versus 13, you remember the swirling weapons?
Yeah.
Those are back.
Oh.
Yeah,
Okay.
those are back. And so it's really cool. The UI is different. The HUD's different. Now, instead of a 3-combo auto thing, when you do a 3-combo attack, now it's up to 4. There's parrying combos, and then there's combos triggered by. There's all sorts of cool combos that you can do for your stuff. And they gave also a bunch of. There's literally so much information that was given. I'm trying to get it all in without sounding long-winded. They've talked about the. You want to say it? You want to say it?
Too late.
You want to say it? Read. What is it? What's the name of the empire?
Nephilim.
Nephilim. There we go. They gave
Nephilim?
info. They gave info on the Nephilim Empire, including basically the Versus 13 character when it was still Versus 13. Her name is Aranya Highwind, and she's part of that empire. She's a dragoon. She's a dragoon.
Dragoon.
Yeah.
So she has a spear and stuff.
Yeah, she has a spear and a weird helmet.
knew
Yeah.
that.
See, the Final Fantasy I'm waiting for is Bravely Second.
Yeah, me too. It's coming out in what, April? So they gave a bunch of character descriptions and names of people and who they are and whatnot. And it's way too much information for me to talk about. But like I said, if you go on Nova Crystallis, you can see all of this. They literally have it all in one section. That's all the site is for.
Or just be within a quarter mile of you and you'll hear it all.
Literally, I will scream it across the distance, and that's where you can get all your news.
I can see you at meetings like, all right, we're going to have to go over the budget. Part of it's going to be covering this game. Here's what's going to be coming out for us. Just
Yeah. So basically, if we're gonna get a release date on March 30th, and what's interesting, it's very, 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 very interesting though, is just in the past week they actually put a job opening up on their site for Europe. That is a localization job for specifically this game. The localization
that takes
opening.
time.
Yes, it does. It has
Long
an end date of September something of this year. So taking that into account, we can say that either around September-ish, end of summer, or right after, maybe October, that can be kind of maybe when the game will release. We're not going to get it after this year. It's going to be
Is that
this
an end
year.
date for the position or end date for
That's
when they stop taking?
That's an end date for the position.
applications and
That's an
stuff?
end date for the
Okay.
position. So that kind of gives us a kind of an idea of when this game might come out, somewhere around September. That's what I'm thinking. But another thing that they talked about at this Active Time report is they are going to give us another tech demo available really, really, really soon
What game
after.
we got to buy for that one?
No, this one is completely free. It'll be on the stores.
I'm just being snarky.
Yeah, so it's important to PlayStation. So that's what they've said. That's what they said at the ATR, which is Final Fantasy has been important to PlayStation for a number of years because Sony used to partner with them, and that's why they were exclusives for such a long time. So the tech demo is going to be young Noctis is going to be the playable character in that demo, and it's going to be available at some point after the big event, which is going to be on March 30th at 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. And there's going to be a Twitch stream that you can watch. You can also watch it on YouTube and whatnot. Or if you're in wherever it's being held, I'll have to look that up and get back to you on that. But I'm very excited. They're also closing down the forums on their site that is for it. Like they had a Final Fantasy 15 forum where people could ask questions. They're closing those down, like soon. And the last thing that they added, actually, that they talked about, I think today or yesterday, is their Final Fantasy 15 is going to let you view 3D enemy models, CG images, and the photos that Prompto takes on his phone, and in various gallery modes. So that is the last bit of news on that I have for you. And it was a whole bunch of news, but this is a whole week's worth of stuff that I didn't get to talk about because they hadn't released it yet. So I'm very excited, and I want to cry.
Really?
I want to cry. I
couldn't have guessed that.
I literally will. See, you're excited for Hearthstone. I'm excited for this. That's just how I am.
I'm excited for Pokken Fighters, actually.
Yeah.
I'm excited about.
Luchador Pikachu.
You look like you were to say something, Jeremy. But we have
I'm just saying, when the NX stuff comes out,
Yeah.
don't want to hear it.
Oh, well, of course.
I'll be coming in just like, let's
Yeah,
talk.
with a huge book. He's going to have papers about this high, and it's going to be in front of his face, and he's
Actually,
going to have to do this number to see anything.
We'll probably have that in-depth discussion.
So here's
on my show,
every
so-
little detail about the
So,
NX that I have gathered in my research.
A quick little thing, though. If those of you watching have not noticed, we're still in the new room, and we have some picture-in-picture video on that side above Jeremy's head. And
Anything to retract from looking at me. Yeah.
well, there you go.
I see how this works.
But what's really cool is we've been playing like trailers of games that are either have come out, coming out soon, et cetera, or anime. Actually, I think the one on right now above Jeremy's head is Final Fantasy 15. So there's a little bit of stuff for you there for you guys to watch. So, but pretty much everything else is available online. Yay!
Yay.
Yeah, all right.
Yeah.
All right. Tech news.
Yay.
Last part. We're actually quite on time. That's
Yeah.
interesting.
Nice.
Like the first part of the show, when we hit
Well, we had to
Rachel's
do
thing,
that to take, yeah.
Well, we had a little slowdown. You prepared them for the slowdown with your Hearthstone
I did
hilarity.
kind of put on the break, yeah.
We should have planned,
It
we
was
should have
like,
planned
what's
it
a
ahead while she's
Hearthstone?
talking. We should have like gotten up, left, gotten some sandwiches, come back, sat down, just started eating it while we're
could've just
waiting.
played
I should have
We
been
could've
like,
just played
I should have been
Smash
just
Bros, honestly.
cartwheeling.
That would have been
But
great.
hey,
All right.
Caleb, or who wants to talk about the Eagles taking down drones?
I will talk about this
Go
one.
ahead.
Kyle does.
Kyle. Scott.
That guy
Scott does
Scott
too.
So, all right, Dutch police are training eagles to take out drones. The anti-drone arms race just got serious.
With Eagles.
Eagles.
But what's
Yeah.
really funny is we're not doing it. The Dutch are training Eagles, not America.
Yeah, there's some other stuff about this too. That there's a friend of mine. They do drones, and we were talking about this. As tech firms and law enforcement experiment with radio jammers and net-wielding interceptor drones to take down rogue quadcopters, police in the Netherlands are trialing a simpler solution: eagles.
Simple.
The country's law enforcement has teamed up with a raptor training company named Guard from Above to see if birds of prey can be used to safely intercept quadcopters.
Not just raptors from Jurassic Park. Raptors as in the bird of prey
Yes.
kind of thing. Just
Yes.
to clarify.
Eagles can take them both.
I can just I'm imagining an eagle soaring through the air, a trained one.
Raptors jumping up and eating it.
A trained one just kind of soaring through the air, and then all of a sudden they see this drone, and then ha ha, death from above.
Some poor kid's like flying a little toy, and it's just gonna nail
It's
it.
just gonna bink it right out of the air.
It's like-
Well, let's see. In the video demonstration that they had, an eagle is seen easily plucking what looks like a DJI Phantom out of the air.
It's a type of drone.
Right. However, it's not clear how dangerous this is for the bird. Raptors' talons are incredibly sharp, and their grip is strong enough to crush bone, but that doesn't mean that they're indestructible. And carbon fiber props spinning at full speed can easily cut human flesh. I mean, they'll just
Yeah.
lop something off.
Well,
Those propellers-
those little propellers though do not extend over the top body of the most of the time do not extend over the depending on how wide the arms are.
Or which model when they
Yeah,
grab it, though.
exactly. So most of the time there is open space on the very top of the drone. So
Well, the part about that is they're saying if they go and they decide to take down your drone and do that, and the bird gets hurt,
yeah.
it's a criminal offense on you, even though the bird attacked your drone. So they're kind of
that would
questioning
scare
why
me
that would
from
work.
not flying a drone ever again.
That's what they're kind of worried about, is this could kind of they're wanting to almost stop people from using drones, which even here in Bay County, they've started getting drones using for a lot of really useful stuff.
Yeah. But
So-
I've actually I mean, have we had any like news reports where birds are getting hurt by drones because of attacks?
No, not that I've seen, but on the flip side, we've had stupid people flying drones in the wrong places that have almost injured people. You know, they've had them crash like on a baseball game. I think one of them crashed on the field. They've had them flying right next to planes that people are. Yeah, it's just
like
stupid stuff.
I'm waiting for a bird to get hurt by a drone.
Well, it'll
and
probably
then-
happen. I mean, if we've gotten to the point a person pitching a baseball can kill a bird, anything can kill a bird.
Exactly.
That's still an amazing clip.
It's, I mean, like we did a couple weeks ago. I think we said like the Japanese are using nets to catch drones in,
Right.
You know, so that they don't fall on people, which I think is a good idea.
Which makes sense.
Now,
But see, they're also saying that they're putting like little scales or something.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
But
In the
here's-
video,
yeah.
one of the handlers says the scales on the eagle's legs, and these are natural scales they have, and feet keeps them safe, but also mentions the possibility of creating some sort of extra protection for them. So they'd have to, you know, they could put some kind of plating on there. They have to make sure they still can move, you know, their claws to grab onto it and
Right.
everything as they need to, and not weigh them down too much because
Right.
birds,
Yeah.
you know, they're big and they're kind of heavy, but they're actually very defined for how light
Yeah,
they are for their movement.
weight
so
is specifically like
they can throw
how
them
much
off
they
for
weigh,
how they're
yeah.
going to dive. They have to practice with
almost
them.
like a helicopter. If there's dust on a helicopter,
Ironically.
yeah.
so Caleb, tell us about the Alphabet. That's
Sing us
Google's-
the alphabet.
So-
news.
That's Google's new company.
Yes,
New company. Right?
new parent company.
Yes.
As we've mentioned before, Google was separating into stuff. So Alphabet is going to be the main company for like Google and all its other companies.
Literally
that it owns.
26 subsidiaries.
Yeah. So Alphabet just passed Apple as the world's most valuable company, as I'm sure it would have because it's Google. It's Alphabet. You know, same thing. So the Wall Street seems to be as happy with Alphabet and Google's earnings as it was recently unhappy with Apple's. Minutes after Alphabet posted its most recent quarterly earnings, after hours trading pushed the company's stock price up enough to make it the most valuable company in the world with a market cap of about $570 billion versus
$1 billion.
Apple's 539 billion.
I'm waiting for you to laugh.
Emma Powers, you think I haven't made that joke? That's literally my name.
Whether or not that will hold into the opening price during regular trading is an entirely different story. Stock prices move around a lot during times like these, and even so, as CNBC notes, this is the first time since 2010 that Google, well, you know, Alphabet, has been worth more than a company, as a company, more than Apple. You know, worth
Good job,
Whoa.
Google. Good
Yeah.
job. Good job. I like Google.
So it might be temporary, but you know, it's good. They can brag. It's like, haha, we've done it. We can now
We've
buy
sub-
the world.
We've surpassed Apple. Oh,
Basically.
no. Here's cool. This is cool. This is actually really cool. DeLoreans are going back into production.
Mhm.
Not a huge amount. I think they can only make a certain amount a year.
Well, there's a little bit more to this because after you said it, I'll explain the rest of it. But
It's going back into production. Basically, first time we saw this car. Well, it wasn't the first time, but the first time it was really well known was in the Back to the Future movie and film
Before
series.
the company actually kind of ran out of
But
business.
the last time,
they
the
run out of
last,
business. Their creator was arrested.
yeah, he was arrested. Yeah, he did.
Drugs.
Yeah, yeah. The last time a DeLorean was actually built was 35 years ago. Can you believe that?
Yeah.
Probably.
So that's soon going to change because the DeLorean Motor Company, it's in Humble, Texas, is going to begin production again. Like I said, the CEO, Stephen Wynn, says that it's a game changer. They've been wanting this to happen for a very long time. They've got the green light. It was prohibited before now. It was actually against the law to do it, apparently.
Yeah, and I can explain why in a little bit.
Wynn bought the DeLorean Motor Company in the Houston area back in 1987 for the so he's owned it for this long. I mean, from when he bought it, they've been doing restorations and repairs.
Right, they can do that. The part of
That's
the reason
all
for
they
this,
could do.
When he bought this back in 87, he didn't buy the facility. He bought the rights to the name, and he bought the leftover stock.
Yeah.
So what made it illegal is they haven't produced a single new car. What it is they're taking all the parts that were left over and putting them together to make new cars from that.
Yeah.
It's like buying a, big thing of Legos from somebody and building new things out of those.
Yeah.
So they could do the repairs, they could do restorations, they'll take them and do that.
Refurbishment, yeah.
But now they're legally allowed to actually take those parts and build an entire new car, new. I mean, these are all original production parts.
And
So
and
they're
once
just as
they,
old.
I assume once they get the ball rolling, they'll be able to start producing. In the future, they'll be able to start producing new parts.
They'd have
make
to
new
actually,
cars.
they haven't been able to do that yet because they'd have to go in and actually start an entire production company. This
Right.
is just, here's all the parts we have for what we can build,
Yeah,
and they restore them. So they're still going for
a
close to
stupid amount of
$100,000.
money.
Yeah, like $100,000, more than my house.
Yeah, but it's still a start. So I foresee eventually they'll actually be able to produce. If this goes well, they'll be able to produce DeLoreans more actively again, or a similar car
I could see
a new model. How about that?
Well, I think for what it is for this niche market, because as much as they sell,
Right.
but that was mostly just to clarify for people wondering, like, why would this be illegal? It's because they're not making new vehicles, and it's kind of not in their interest to do that.
Right.
Because if they start making a bunch of brand new DeLoreans, the price goes down.
Yeah.
And right now they're selling for such a huge amount, they can do what they're doing with what they have, do
Right.
the restorations, and they have an entire company based off that. So they don't have to make.
They don't have to, but I imagine
ones.
at some point in the future they may entertain the idea. Yeah, no, they will. They may entertain the idea.
Sit back to the future.
Yeah.
So it's just.
Yeah, no, I think it's completely within their wheelhouse for them to entertain the idea at some point in time.
To actually start something of
well.
that size, though, to make a production of the cars,
Right.
and they got the rights to the name and to be able to use the parts to build
Yeah.
it. They'd have to go back and because part of it, like the safety standards back then,
Different.
wouldn't fly. They'd have to redesign the entire car for a lot
yeah.
of that stuff. So it would drastically change what a lot of it is. They can do it because they're restoring or using parts.
Yeah.
So
Well, like I said, I'm not saying that it'll actually happen, but
Yeah.
I would not be surprised if at some point in time they do entertain the idea of doing a new model at some point. Not 5 years from now, not 10 years from now, who knows how long. But they could, because I do foresee it as something that could be desirable in the future, because this is one of those cars that is classic. And even if it has the same body, a similar shape, it looks like it, but it's different inside because, well, it has to be due to safety standards. That would be cool.
those things had crappy engines.
Oh, they had awful engines.
Let's see, what is it? They had a couple times they were showing it off. The electrical system stopped
Yeah.
working. They couldn't open the doors.
Yeah.
They were like trapped somebody in one. Those things were a mess. They were only good for time travel.
That is it. You can only use it for time travel. Goodbye.
That's it. And there was one other thing that happened this week, but I don't know. Do we want to?
Do it.
Why not?
She got to talk forever on everything. So
That is true. Well, I mean, if I mention this, but the drama is kind of over. If you want to know about the YouTube drama.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
Okay.
yes.
No, we do. We kind of are obligated to talk about this.
Doom.
It's essentially Doom. If you guys have been watching the internet for the past few days, every now and then on the internet, it just kind of blows up because some issue has occurred. This time it had to do with YouTube and the Fine Bros.
The Fine
It does sound like an
Brothers.
Invader Zim plan,
Yeah.
like some
The-
ridiculous
the
thing.
Fine,
Brothers
the Fine
Entertainment,
Bros, they went to copyright the term React, which is the whole React
This
video
all
genre.
literally happened after like last show. I got home and then just saw
Yeah.
the internet just blow up, and I was just
Yeah,
sitting
so
there with
as-
a thing of popcorn, just watching it all.
Yeah,
That was hilarious.
they tried to copyright the term React in the React video genre. So basically, then the YouTube, I guess, algorithm was.
It wasn't the algorithm.
No.
They actually traced it back. They were
Yeah.
going even before then. There was issues.
It's their network. It was
Yeah,
their
it
network
was their
going
network.
through. So there was like they were using their network as like a bat or something and just
It
swinging
was a
it.
sledgehammer because they
So
were
anything that even remotely resembled their product was like, bink, done, bink, you're done,
Yeah,
bink, you're
their-
done,
which
you're
they
done.
are-
their
No more
formats.
monetization.
Which the irony is, their entire format, their entire idea.
Sitting someone down, reacting.
They could
to
be
the camera,
watching
kinda
this
like we are right
yeah,
now.
they could be
Yeah.
watching this video and having someone react to it and making money off of it. But in the terms of somebody would react to theirs, they were taking him down, threatening with lawsuits, doing all kinds of stuff. There was a couple of creators that had all their monetization taken away. They were limited to only 15 minutes with all these strikes on them.
Right.
YouTube wasn't doing jack.
No,
to
they
help.
weren't. They weren't answering customer service queries. They
The
weren't doing
damage
anything.
is permanently done for a lot of them because there's many pages that they got so many strikes from them and nobody would do anything. They just deleted their content and they're gone. So they just basically wiped the board with a bunch of other people.
And it's very, very, very sad. It's very sad.
evil.
And they still tried to play the victim.
The update video, I was just laughing at it.
My favorite thing was I saw a picture online of Fine Bros sitting there talking about something. They're all happy, and it was dated one date, and then literally 3 weeks later. Oh my god!
Yeah,
and then it was all they were all stressed out.
Their subs are probably still bleeding.
Well,
they're bleeding.
The lifetime reaction that was great. It's like, congrats on 13 million. I was there when it was 14. I was like, ooh. In a 24-hour period, you bled off 1 million people.
And it's still, I think it's still going down.
Yeah, like most of those are like
they deserve it.
Probably dead subs as well.
Yeah,
you have people like because they've been around for a long time, and
well, I wonder how many of those people that have unsubscribed were people that had their accounts shut down because of their
maybe
it was part of that, but I mean, also like and there was a lot of creators that got really upset about that. They purposely were doing reaction stuff about it.
Yeah,
and but no, one of them was like the guy that created Super Meat Boy.
Yeah.
He, he was watching a video where they're reacting to his game. They're making money off it. He got nothing from it.
Mm-hmm.
So he reacted to that, and then they tried to take him down. And he's like, it's my game.
Mm-hmm.
I'm reacting to the fact you're taking my stuff for money. And they're like, nope, we're shutting you down.
Their thing is they go and get videos that other people have made, and then they
went
literally
so
just
low
sit
as
there.
doing stuff off a school shooting.
Oh my.
They actually did that.
Yeah.
There was like the news report stuff from a school shooting. I was like, oh, cool. You want to call us scraping the bottom?
Not to mention,
There are lines.
the way they
There
were presenting it was just hilarious. And
Surprised they haven't gone after newscasters. How dare you react to what happens?
Yeah. People were saying like, oh, if they would have just never made the video, that would have never happened.
I think
But,
it was very
like with how we get our Nintendo stuff, sometimes the copyright leaks gets through because people sit there and they go through copyright stuff online.
Yeah.
I do that.
Probably somebody would have noticed it.
It's good that it happened, though, because they've been doing this stuff for a while to people in the background, and nobody was listening. People were putting up videos going like, these guys are doing it. Like, oh, no, it's just you. You shouldn't have taken that stuff. And they're like, no, it's our own work. Now that it's come out, they're going, we told you.
Yeah.
We told you.
Well, see, the thing is, I don't think it was very foolish of them. First off,
It was
very
stupid
very
of
foolish,
them.
very stupid. I don't think.
greedy.
I think they needed to actually sit down and talk to a copyright lawyer prior to doing this. Someone who's familiar with intellectual property. Like there was a whole like department.
They could have
for
talked to one of the
intellectual
kids they watch for reactions.
Exactly.
Even they would be smart enough to know
Right.
you can't own a reaction.
Yeah,
That's like Star Wars
I
going
don't-
in, oh, since we popularized sci-fi, we get to own
we
sci-fi.
own sci-fi, yeah.
Okay, this makes as much sense as me coming in here because my podcast has been going on longer than y'all's show and going, well, I was doing this
Why
first.
don't
I'm
you
suing
stop?
y'all.
See, I don't think they
That'd make this
realize.
awkward.
Thank you for not suing us.
That would make this very
that would
awkward.
make it
This is
very-
my side of the table. Lawyer sits here.
That would be very awkward. But here's the thing. Here is the thing. Like, I don't think they realize reaction videos have been along for longer than they've even
No,
been a
Beavis
company.
and Butthead.
Yes.
Yeah, and
Kids say the
not to
craziest
mention, They
things.
even
I
went
mean-
after Ellen.
Yeah,
one
they
time.
went after Ellen one time. Oh God.
Nobody goes after
Nobody
Ellen.
goes
They did.
after Ellen.
They did though. They said they were like, "Oh, I see Ellen."
Just keep suing. Just
Yeah.
keep suing.
It's like, "Oh, I see Ellen was having kids react to old things. You guys should go on Facebook and post mean things about her and stuff like that." I'm just like,
And I draw the line at Ellen.
They were doing
I draw
that.
the line. Goodbye.
They were doing that back in like the 50s and 60s where they'd
Yeah.
show like pre-1900 stuff and they'd be like, oh, this is crazy. I like my, this telephone is only this big, not this, whatever.
But yeah,
it's just
but that's all over. To a
it's
sense,
not for their subscriber drop.
Not for their
No.
subscriber drop, but for the most part, this issue is over and done with. It's being
Pretty much.
It's being fixed. It's being repaired.
I wouldn't say it's being
people have gotten their a lot of people have gotten their monetization back. Not everyone.
The problem
A lot
is
of
the
people have gotten
damage that they've
yeah.
caused is permanent for a lot of
Yeah.
people. Because once they delete your stuff, you're gone.
Yeah.
There is no getting it back. Your videos are gone. Your content's
So
gone.
if
So
people
they've
are
ruined
if
people.
people are still encountering this problem, here is my advice to you: make sure all of your content has been backed up. If it is not, work on that right now, like right now.
Yeah.
Because if this problem is still occurring, you need to be able to re-upload your stuff and date it whenever it was originally dated for, so you can actually have your account back up. So that has been the advice that everyone has given. I mean, it's just you got to do that. I mean, you should be doing that anyway.
Yeah, but that's still. I
mm-hmm.
mean, if they just came in and just wiped out the entire thing, that's
right.
devastating for a lot of people.
It is really devastating.
Because not everyone has the money or the ability to fight back on these, because they're throwing all this money at people to do this stuff and basically being huge bullies to everyone over the stupidest thing. And part of what they were trying to do, I understand, they wanted to do where they could license it out if we wanted to make reaction videos, but actually use their brands. We could do that. No, part of the reason they were doing that is for like other countries because they can't translate it. Other people could literally make money off of just taking their existing videos and doing the exact same ideas in a new language, and people can make money off that. And they were fine with it. They could be part of it. That's what it's for.
Yeah.
But they took that basic idea and got greedy with it. They wanted to own all of it. And
they got
that was
to the
problem.
top of the ladder and wanted to kick it down.
And guess what? They got a reaction.
And thing is, if you're gonna do YouTube and you're like, oh well, this, you say like if I don't know, all right, fine, bro. Say like, all right, we don't want anybody else making React content because we want to be the only ones making money off of it. You know, we like.
That's essentially what they're just trying to do.
If somebody comes up and gives them competition, then that means that they should get better at what they do, not try to
bog everyone down.
Right. And now, and if someone goes in and tries to literally copy them and say like, oh, this content's ours, or use their graphics and stuff like that, their actual brands, then yes, they should be able to protect themselves.
But otherwise, no. So yeah.
It's been.
But I'm glad it's over. I'm glad it's over. It was hilarious and also sad. But I'm glad it's over.
I want to say one more thing. Why would they ever think that everybody wanted to make a React video? Like that was one thing.
A bubble, and people get in those, and they stay in them, and they see nothing.
It's just like and you too can make reaction videos, and if you don't, something's wrong with you. I don't want to make reaction videos.
Something is wrong with us, though.
Yeah, I mean,
there's a lot of things wrong with this, but you know. Okay, so
all right,
that'll be it here.
That's our show for today. I hope everyone
Social
enjoyed
media
it.
stuff.
It was a little bit longer than we expected, but. Hey, he's the one who had to bring up the Fine Bros.
Hey, we had to.
It was still quicker.
It was a big thing.
Yeah, so.
It happened.
And hey, I could have gone longer. I shortened it, so I think I'm good, and I was successful.
I think we're good. I think we're good.
Okay, so this is us signing
That'll be it here. Don't forget to, at Nerd Edification, that's Twitter, and then the Nerd Edification Hour, that's Facebook.
Follow, and subscribe.
Yep. We'll be, Rachel posts things every day.
Every day, this day in nerd
You started doing
history.
something new. What'd you do? You started doing something new also, didn't you?
No.
Oh, yeah, I have started a little bit of a Twitch stream. If you want to watch me play some games on Twitch like Destiny, Digimon, anything I really feel like, follow me on Outrageous.
Nice.
Yes.
You can find me on Twitter at ZensPath. We actually just put out episode 25 of our podcast, the ZensPath podcast, which I ended up calling episode 24. Yes, I know I named it that. Oops, my bad. It's a long name. But me and Brent did that. We discussed a lot of stuff about the NX rumors and so forth. And then also on Twitch, we have twitch.com/ZensPath, which I'm going to start doing. I've got it set up now. I'm going to be playing like old original Game Boy games and stuff like that through the GameCube. So we'll be doing some of those too.
Yeah, mine is, to spell it, it's capital O out, then Rach, R-A-C-H, and with the capital R, and then E-O-U-S, Outrageous.
No matter what she's playing, expect Final Fantasy.
Twitch.tv
Yes, exactly.
/ strangely entertaining, same as the YouTube, capital S, capital E.
So visit us on there, and yay.
Yep. That'll be it. So till next week, or next time, stay fancy.
Bye.